Welcome everyone. My name is Paige Murray and I'll be your instructor today. This is push-pull circuit, 45 minutes worth of strength training where we emphasize pushing and pulling motions for both the upper body and the lower body to help prevent future injury and overall challenge all of your muscle groups equally. With that being said, the only thing you'll need today is a mat, dumbbells, and or a resistance band. So both of those are not required, simply optional. If you have one or the other, use that. And I'll also be utilizing my couch today for some options as well as laundry detergent. But don't worry, if you don't have any of those things I mentioned, we've got options for you. Remember, this class is for Elevate35 members only. Let's get warmed up. All right, standing up nice and tall, we're just gonna start with a basic march, right and left. There you go. Right, left. Moving those arms, bringing those knees up and down, light feet. We're not stomping. 4, 3, 2. Here we go, right to left. We just go side to side. Woo. Bringing those arms forward and back. Really starting to emphasize our pulling motion with the upper body. Right and left. Side to side. 4, 3, 2. Bring it down to a squat, down and up. You'll hear me throughout class indicating which exercise is a push or a pull. Right now, specifically, we're doing lower body push. Woo. Down and up. Remember, flat back, push through your heels for 4, 3, 2, and nice and easy. Come out of that squat. Lower body pull. We're gonna reach down towards our toes. Keeping a flat back, squeeze the glutes, come up. Just like a deadlift. We come down and up. Down and up. Really make sure that you have a slight bend in your knees here. Now when I say that, make sure you're not going into a full squat. We're just keeping a slight bend in the knees so that we're not locking out those joints. One more. Very good. Now bring those arms forward. Again, emphasizing our pulling motion. We're gonna bring the elbows back and forward. So if I turn to the side, it looks like I'm doing a chest press, but in a standing position. Chest press is an example of one of our pushing motions today, but it's only one of them. You got this. 4, 3, 2. Now we bring the hands up. From here, arms are straight. We pull down, upper body pull, activating our back muscles, drawing our shoulder blades together. Looking good, guys. Keep going. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Rest those arms. Come down. Focus on the lower body. We're going to push up and down. Up onto those toes, little calf raises. While we do this, quick preview for today. You have 10 exercises. Some of them will be strictly upper body, pull or push. Some of them will be lower body, push or pull. And some will combine the two. We're still coming up onto the toes, guys. Lift it up and down. Every exercise you do today is for 1 full minute. You'll get 15 seconds of break after every repetition, or after every round, I should say, not after every repetition. All right, one more, and we're gonna get started. Shake it on out. First exercise, we're starting with a lower body push. Grab that chair if you have one nearby. Otherwise, basic squat. Your weights are gonna be up at your shoulders. You're taking a seat, and you're going to stand up. Sit down nice and slow. Let's go. 1 full minute. Your time has started. Now, if you're doing this at home and you don't have weights, you can certainly just do this body weight. The lower that your couch, your chair, whatever you're sitting on is, the more difficult it's going to be. And if you want to add weights to it, something you can do, add that laundry detergent. You can hold it at your chest and just simply come up and down. Now you guys keep going. We still have about 20 seconds. If you don't have something to sit on nearby, just do a basic squat, down and up. Resistance band. All you do is place it underneath your feet, handles up at your shoulders. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. 15 seconds. Upper body pull. We're going to go into a bent over row. Slight bend to the knees, hinge forward, tuck the elbows in. Now pick a weight that you can do for 1 full minute. Here we go. Hands come to center, come up towards the chest and back down. Now the further that you hinge forward with your chest, the harder it's going to be on that back. Just make sure we don't start to arch. We want to keep the back nice and flat and we're looking down towards the floor. If needed, if you're utilizing your laundry detergent, we're halfway there. You can always do 1 arm at a time, staggering your stance. It's the same exercise, everyone. You're just isolating 1 arm at a time. 20 seconds left. Same thing if you have a resistance band. You're just simply stepping on it, moving the handles instead of the dumbbells. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Slowly come on up, put those weights off to the side. We're going down to the floor for some core. You can do this kneeling or on your toes. I'll show you kneeling first. We're gonna go down, down, up, up. Here we go, right arm first. Down and up. So this is actually gonna work our core, but it's actually going to be upper body push movement as well. We're working the triceps as we push ourselves back up to the high position. Now I'm going to take a moment here. You guys keep going. When we have 5 more seconds, you're going to switch to the other arm. You're pressing up with the same arm and you're going down on the same arm. Now we switch. So down to the left, up with the left. Nice and slow. As you're doing this, you still got 15 seconds. Make sure your hips don't start rolling side to side. If you do notice this, you might have to bring your knees or your feet into a wider position. You have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Everyone come back up. We're going back to that sit to stand, your lower body push. Take a seat. We have 5 seconds. Grab water whenever you guys need it. Ready? And go. Up and down. Now, as you guys are going down toward your chair, your couch, whatever you're sitting on, I want you to go slow and really notice if you're using momentum. You can tell because if you are, you're leaning back and then driving up. Slow it down and I promise you're going to feel a difference when you take that momentum out. We're about halfway there. Woo! Down and up, all with control. You're only taking a second or two to take a seat. And remember, if you don't have something nearby, just simply pause, then press up. Pause, then press up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going to our bent over row. Upper body pull, elbows in, just like that. Now you guys keep your stance ready. We're leaving in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Time has started. Now, for those of you guys tuning in live, I'm going to take a moment and check in on our form. Nice work, guys. Remember, if you have to, you can always perform single arm. If you are, I will tell you when to switch. You have about 10 seconds left. You can even alternate. All right, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other arm. We're halfway there. Now you guys keep going. I'm going to give you a quick visual. Your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades are my hands. My thumbs are the tips of your shoulder blades. And as you squeeze your elbows in, your shoulder blades should touch. And then you straighten your arms and they spread apart. Go ahead, shake it out. We'll do it one more time. But first, we've got that up-down plank. Starting on the right arm first. Ready? Kneeling or on our toes. Go down and up. I am not looking for you to go the fastest here. I'm looking that your core is the most stable as you press yourself up. You can tell again if your hips are starting to rock side to side. So quick demonstration. If you come down and you notice your hip hikes, we need to slow down or take it to the knees. Do not be afraid of either of those options. It's a hard move. Switch your arms, down with the left, up with the left, or the other arm, whichever one you didn't start with. Ooh-wee. Nice and easy. Really squeeze your core, especially as you press that arm up. And careful not to lock out that elbow. We want to prevent any injuries today and future injuries. So never lock out those joints. Rest. Back to the top. We're going to go back to that sit to stand. Take a seat. Again, water whenever you need it. If you have a resistance band, this isn't the best exercise for it. So that's where that laundry detergent comes in. Time has started. Really inhale on the way down. Exhale as you press up. Inhale down. Exhale, press up. Now you can always pick up your pace as long as you keep good control and you're not using the momentum. Okay? If you really want to get your heart rate up here, start to pick it up in pace. We're halfway there. Another thing, make sure not only should you avoid leaning back, you also don't want to lean too far forward. You then start to arch your back like this, and you want to make sure the back is flat, just like we would in a normal squat. You have about 10 seconds. Down and up. Stay with me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo-wee. Grab those weights. Bent over row. Now the back is a large muscle group. Goes all the way from the tops of our shoulders to our low back. You can handle heavy weight here. Time has started. Up and down. Remember, you can do one arm at a time. If you've got that laundry detergent, you can certainly do one at a time. Or even if you have dumbbells, you're more than welcome to do that too. If you are staggering your stance, your opposite leg is forward. So I'm lifting with my right arm and my left leg is forward. All right, let's switch sides. Straight into it. And remember, you can make this more difficult just simply by hinging forward, still keeping that back flat. Woo! Keep pulling, everyone. Come on. This is a great exercise to build great posture. 2, 1, and rest. All right. Put that equipment off to the side. Work your way to the floor. Hands start in line with your shoulders. Come up to that plank position. Leaving in 3, 2, 1. Down with the right, up with the right. Take it down to the knees if you have to, or bring your feet wider. So if I come to a standing position, your feet, while you're down on the floor, should be wider than your hips. And as you press, it's going to help you with a more stable base. Good. Keep on going, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Other arm up and down with the left side now. Hips are still stable. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you press up. Stronger than you think. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. 15-second break, everyone. Now we go to our first combination move. Squat, press. 1 full movement. Both push movements. Weights at the shoulders, down and up. 1 full minute. There you go. Now, I'm going to come down to a kneeling position since you can't see me in frame as I press up. Hands are here. As I come out of that squat, we are pressing straight up towards the ceiling. And then we come back down as soon as we lower back down into that squat. You are about halfway there. Now, if you have a resistance band, you're simply stepping on it and performing the same exact motion. Step in the middle of your band, have the handles up at your shoulders, and we come up and down, just like that. Anytime you step outside of the band, make sure you have no tension on it so it doesn't fling back at you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Laundry detergent, same thing. You just press straight up. Next exercise, chest press. Actually, I lied. We're going to do a roll-up. 1 arm, we bring it back, and then you sit up, reach towards the ceiling. Time has started. You're working your back muscles by dropping the arm back behind you, and then you work the shoulders and the core as you come up. Now, if this is difficult, something you can do, get rid of the weight. You can also bend your knees and turn this into a half roll-up. It might look very similar to a crunch. Either way, 15 seconds. Now, as you're lowering your arms, make sure you inhale here and you exhale as you reach up. Sitting up nice and tall every time. Last one. Woo! And rest. Let's get back into that standing position. Squat to press all over again. Shoulders ready to work. Have those weights up at your shoulders. Ready, and go. Down and up. Down and up. Now you guys, again, you can pick up the pace here, just like we did with our sit to stand squats. Make sure that you're not using other muscle groups that aren't supposed to be working here. So as you come down, we're not trying to arch our back and then reach. Something I see commonly is this going to hurt your back later on. So come down, press up, down, and up. Really reach towards the ceiling, but again, make sure you don't lock out those elbows. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Come on down. Nothing's needed unless you want to add a weight. Arms come back behind you and roll it up. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. 3 sets, everybody. This is our second. On the way down, make sure you're still doing it slow and controlled. So right here is when most people tend to be like, woo, I finished that repetition. Instead, I want you to go slow and think of it more challenging, because it is, to go in a slower motion here. We're a little bit more than halfway there. Now, whether you have a weight or not, I want you to think about drawing the shoulder blades down and back. So your ears shouldn't have your shoulders in them. You want to relax them down, activating your back even more. Three, 2, 1. Woo! All right, come on up. It's your last set all over again. Squat press. Weights up at the shoulders, feet a little wider than our hips. Your toes can even be slightly turned out too. Let's go. Down and up. Down and up. Another thing I want you guys to be aware of, your breathing. I've mentioned it in some of our exercises so far, but especially a combination move, you want to focus on your breath to match your movement. So in this one specifically, you're inhaling down, exhale, press. Anytime you are exerting force is when you want to breathe out. Inhale down, exhale up. You have about 10 more seconds. Remember, use weights, resistance bands, or that laundry detergent. 3, 2, 1, and rest. To the floor, our last roll up. Hands back behind you, palms face each other. Remember, if you have to, bend your knees. Here we go. Arms come up nice and slow. Shoulder blades down and back. Are we breathing? Inhale as you bring the arms back behind you. Exhale, come up. Same breathing pattern, even if you bend your knees. Inhale, exhale, curl. Inhale, exhale, curl. 15 seconds, everyone. 3, 2, and 1. All right, new exercises. Deadlift is next. It's our lower body pull motion. If you are new to the deadlift, I want you to be careful and go slow. Feet shoulder width apart, hinge forward, and squeeze the glutes, come up. Inhale down. Keep the shoulder blades pulled back. Exhale up. So if I were to put my weights down, I'm going to point where you should feel. Come down towards the floor. You should feel your glutes in your low back. Down nice and slow. As you get to your lowest point, you should feel a slight stretch in the back of your legs. You're still looking down towards the floor as well. There's a lot to remember in a deadlift. Take it slow and use a weight that's going to challenge you by the time you get to the end of the 1 minute. We have about 15 more seconds left. So use that time wisely. Make sure you're still getting good quality repetitions in. Mentioning all of those things I just did, make sure we're putting those into practice in the next 2 sets. Go ahead and rest. We're going to come down to the floor. Chest press. So a little upper body push movement. We have our hands in line with our chest. Elbows come out to the side. Press up. Time starts now. Inhale down, exhale up. Now, if you do not have weights at home, something you can do, push-ups. Push-ups are amazing. They are a great body weight exercise. However, if you want to add in weights today and you have laundry detergent, it will look a little differently, but it's still doable. You hold the weight or your detergent in line with your chest, and you bend the elbows, bring it in towards your torso, and you press up. Just like that. Now, the more liquid that you have in your laundry detergent, the harder this is going to be. So, depending how much you have, it might be a little too easy for you. Even if you have dumbbells, you can bring your feet off the floor, make yourself a little bit more challenged. Rest. All right. Now move those weights off to the side. You won't need them for this next one unless you choose to. Russian twist. Feet and ankles together. Lean back. Twist side to side. Time starts now. 1 full minute. You're trying to keep your lower body still. It's like an anchor. Torso is moving side to side. And if you want to add in weight in those hands, you certainly can. If you want to make it harder, something you can do, lean back further or bring your feet off the floor. If you take your feet off the floor, just remember, you still want your knees and your ankles locked together. You are more than halfway there. Twist all the way to the right, back to center, and over to the left. 15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, let's come back up to that deadlift. Again, if you have your laundry detergent, hold the handle, slowly come down. Go. Your 1 minute has started. So grab whatever equipment you are using. Get to that deadlift. Now, a lot of our muscles on the back side of our body are often neglected. This is why incorporating a push-pull routine is very important for you in order to keep healthy muscles. Good, now I'm gonna check in on all of us, see how we're doing. Good, our deadlifts are looking great. Just remember, slow and controlled is always going to be more beneficial for you than fast and uncontrolled. Good, 5 seconds. And rest. All right, down to the floor, we've got that chest press. The chest is often a very strong muscle group too, so don't be afraid to go up and weight here too. Ready, and go. Down and up. As you're pressing your weights up, make sure they're still in line with your chest. You don't want to be out here in line with your face. Not only is it a safety reason, but we want to make sure we're hitting the muscle group it's intended for. Down and up. Now, if you have something like a bench at home, or you might notice I have my step platform over here in the side to my right, you can utilize that so your elbows can go in a deeper motion. You might notice that they're hitting the floor, and that's okay. As long as you are not resting those elbows for more than a second or two. Last one. Good job. All right. Get ready for that Russian twist. We're going to come up to that seated position. Feet and ankles, or feet and knees are locked together. Start sitting up nice and tall, arms straight, Lean back, now twist. If at any time you need to, you can just simply hold. You're still going to get your hip flexors and your core working at the same time, even if you aren't moving. Adding in that rotation just adds more of a challenge to our core. It's also much more functional in our day-to-day because we're never not using our core to go side to side. We move in so many different planes of motion throughout the day, so it's important to train all of those motions when we're exercising. We've got about 10 more seconds. Remember, lean back further if you need more. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Slowly come back up. We're going to go back to that deadlift one more time. 3rd time's the charm. 5 seconds. Feet shoulder width apart. Slight bend in the knees. And go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Now you guys keep moving. We have about 20 more seconds. As you're going down towards your toes, remember it's important that you're not trying to touch your toes. You're going as low as you can, that you start to feel a slight stretch in the back of your legs. And some of us might have more flexibility than others. Do what's best for you. One more. And let's come down to the floor. Chest press. Your last set. You might notice it gets a little harder with each set. That is a good thing. Ready, and go. Down, and up. Down, and up. Remember, push-pull is important for our training, again, so that we don't overwork certain muscle groups, which will help prevent future injuries or irritating any current injuries. If this press isn't working for you, you can always switch over to a push-up. Keep going, down and up. Still squeezing in your core. Touching the elbows out to the side, press it up. Almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, weights off to the side. You've got that Russian twist one more time. Sit up tall, lean back, and twist. 1 full minute. And then we have one more round of combination exercises. And then you are done. Right and left. Another thing, as we're in our last set, you pick the pace. Remember, you do not have to be matching me. You can go faster or slower as long as all of those form motions I mentioned are there. So right and left. We are more than halfway there. Do not quit. And remember, bring those feet off the floor if you need a little bit more of a challenge. You can always add in a weight if you want that challenge as well. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Combination time. Grab water, get ready to lunge. We only need 1 dumbbell. Starting with the right arm, right leg. Bring that leg back behind you. We lunge down upright row. Here we go. Down and up. Woo! Now, you guys keep going. At the halfway point, I'll tell you when to switch to the other side. If you're using laundry detergent, it's simple. You're holding the laundry detergent handle rather than the dumbbell. You come down and pull it up. All right, ready? And switch it out to the other leg. Halfway, gotta get the same work on both sides. Now, if you're doing this with a resistance band, it's a little bit more tricky. You're gonna put one handle off to the side, and you're going to have the bottom foot, or the front foot, have the handle underneath it. You come down into that lunge, and on the way up, you bring that elbow up. If you lose tension on the band, you need to walk that front foot closer to the handle that you pull. All right, here we go. Into our next exercise, we come down to the floor, leg drop, one at a time. Here we go. If needed, you can bend your knees here too and extend from there. Now, remember, you want to breathe throughout this exercise. It sounds silly, but it's so easy to forget. And you want to make sure you're breathing so you can get oxygen to those muscles. Every time you move one leg out, you should be inhaling. Exhale as you pull it in. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Let's come up. Reverse lunge, upright row. Only one weight needed. Second set out of 3. Right leg, right arm. Ready, set, and go. Down towards the floor. Bring that arm up. Now if I turn to the side, you'll notice this leg stays still. But if you want to make this more difficult, step forward. And if lunges bother your knees, I get it. I have knee injuries myself. Something you can do instead, keep the weight right here, step back rather than lunge, pull it up on the way forward. Let's switch legs. Whether you're tapping or lunging. Bringing that elbow up in line with your shoulder. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, come on down. Leg drops. Down on the floor on your back, hands by your side. Relax the shoulders, bring those feet up, and go. Good. Now you guys keep going. And remember what I said about the breathing pattern. You inhale as you drop your arms down, or your legs, and then you exhale, pull it back into your chest. You have about 25 more seconds. If you want to make this harder, just drop your legs a little lower, or even straighten them on the way up before you drop them down. Keep moving. Feel that core and really make sure it's pressed into that floor or that mat. You have 7 seconds. See how many more you can get, and then we'll stand back up and rest. Let's go back. Our last round, reverse lunge, upright row. Ooh. Get ready, right arm, right leg. Place that leg back if you're gonna keep it stationary. And go. Reach it back, pull it up. Now, if you have any knee injuries, remember, tap back, keeping the leg straight. Pull the arm up. You can even switch between all of those options if you find halfway through the set it's starting to bother you, or you can always increase that intensity by giving those other options that I showed you. Let's go ahead and switch legs, switch arms, straight into it. Three, two, one, and rest. Put that weight off to the side. Come on down to the floor. Your last minute of work. Hands by our side. Feet flat on the floor. Now we lift. One leg out, one leg in. Now, if this is too difficult for you, something you can do instead, you can keep your knees bent and keep them bent as you start to lower your feet down towards the floor. This is sometimes an option that's more comfortable on my hips. If you are feeling the same way, your hips are popping, or you just feel like you cannot control the movement, you can always take this option as well. So this is option one. Option two, and finally option three, straight leg drop. You guys know your body. You pick any of those three and give me one more. Rest. We are all done for today, but first we're gonna get a quick stretch. Put those weights and everything off to the side. You can stay down on the floor. We're going to bring just one leg out to the side. The other leg comes in towards your inner thigh, just leaning forward. You can even take your arms forward. You should feel that inner thigh on that straight leg, but mainly into our hamstrings. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back up, straighten out the opposite leg now, tucking the other knee or the other foot in, and then slowly walk the hands forward. Hold it here. Good, now walk the hands slowly, come back up, standing position. From here, bring one arm across your chest, shoulder stretch. Doesn't matter which one you are on. Let's switch it to the other side. Good, hold it here. Relax those arms, bring the arms out to the side, tucking the elbows in, trying to drop those shoulders down, activating our back muscles, opening up our chest. And if you need to, you can always take your hands back behind you and open the chest from there. Good. And rest. One more stretch. Find your balance and hold on to something if you need to. We're going to bring one leg back behind you. And once you've gotten that balance, remember, keep both of your knees nice and close to each other. You don't want your knee to be out here, as that will affect the positioning of your hip. You're also going to get a deeper stretch by keeping your knee nice and close. And let's switch it out. Last stretch for today, everyone. Keep holding it here. Keep holding, everyone. Good, and rest. We are all done for today.